20s, I didn't get to read much at all.
Yeah.
And so like all this stuff was going on in biology and math. I just didn't get to read it. Then when I did get into my 30s, those vacations were a time to go back because when I was a student, you could study all sorts of things. Now, I read a lot of science, and that uses up, maybe half of the slots that I have. Really understanding U.S. poverty and what's going on there. There's a few dozen books that try and give you a glimpse of that are very good. This book, Factfulness, let me say, it definitely creates a framing for what's going on in the world. And the other one that's right up there is any Pinker book, starting with Better Angels of Our Nature.
Books give you access to mentors who you would never have access to. If you are struggling, thinking, I don't have connections, I don't know anybody who's had success, I don't have any good mentors, everybody talks about mentorship and how important it is, and I don't have anybody in my life to help me. Books could be that for you. Books can be an accumulation of sometimes decades of knowledge, all condensed down into 200, 300, 400 pages that you get a window into somebody else's life. And so whatever you don't know yet, whatever you want to learn, chances are it's in a book. It's in videos as well. I love YouTube, but it can be in books. There is no excuse, not anymore, for you not to get access to the information and be around the people that can take you to where you want to go. I'm a big believer that you're a product of your environment. Think about who you're hanging out with, where you are right now, where you spend your time. What information are you feeding into your brain? The fact that you're here watching this video is already a step up, is already showcasing that you are an achiever and that you want more out of life, that you don't want to stay where you are, that you don't want to be in the same spot. Think about 1 year from today. You don't want to still be where you are right now, right? You want growth, you want progress, you want impact, you want to touch people's lives. That's why you're here. It just needs to be more consistent. It just needs to be more thorough. There's a expression of the fastest way to learn a language is to go to the country. The fastest way to learn Japanese is to go to Japan. And if you can't actually go to Japan, then you try to make your environment as much Japanese as possible. You watch Japanese TV, you read Japanese books, you go to Japanese restaurants, try to order in Japanese, you start hanging out with Japanese people, you take online Japanese classes, you watch Japanese YouTube channels. Like you try to be around it as much as possible. And for too many of us, we're not doing as much. Are you consistent in watching Espresso videos every